Int High School, main gate, morning. A swarm of students flows past the open gates of Rayfield High School. Laughter, teasing, phones flashing, backpacks slung. It's a typical chaotic Monday. But amidst the noise, one figure walks in quietly, head down, wrapped in silence like armor. Zoya, 16, new, unknown. Long black hair in a tight braid. Wears a modest uniform, skirt knee-length, blouse crisp, but her demeanor is what stands out. Eyes down, shoulders squared, palms clenched inside her sleeves. She doesn't look scared, just controlled. Narrative detail, no voiceover. Her shoes make no sound as she walks. She counts her steps. 4 paces between every class pillar, 10 to the corner. That's how she survives new places. Measured. Precise. As she walks past the senior benches, a trio of boys halt their conversation. Ryan, 17, school royalty, expensive haircut, smug smile. Taha, the backup, goofy, cruel under pressure. Ali watches more than he speaks, but always follows. They all stare at Zoya. She walks like she doesn't see them, but she knows they're watching. She always knows. Enter classroom 9B. First period, Zoya walks in. Teacher Miss Safina glances up, mid-roll call. Miss Safina, cheerfully. Ah, our new student. Zoya. Siddiqui, right? Zoya nods curtly. She clutches her bag tighter. Miss Safina, class. Let's give her a warm welcome. Ryan, OS. We're always warm to new girls, miss. Snickers ripple through the room. Miss Safina rolls her eyes. Miss Safina? Ryan, don't start. Zoya's eyes flick to him for a split second, then back to the floor. She walks to the back bench. Alone. Int, school cafeteria. Lunchtime, Zoya stands at the edge, tray in hand. Every table is full. No one gestures her over. Ryan watches from his table. He leans in to Taha. Ryan, watch this. He stands, grabs his cola, walks confidently toward Zoya. Ryan. Hey, new girl. Zoya, right? Zoya looks up, calm, expressionless. Ryan. You know the school rule, right? Smirking. Fresh meat sits with the varsity boys first day. Zoya. I'm not hungry. She turns, about to walk off. Ryan's smirk falters. He steps in front of her. Ryan, did I say you could walk away? A small shove. Not violent. Just enough for others to notice. The cafeteria begins to quiet. Zoya locks eyes with him. Her voice drops to a whisper only he can hear. Zoya, you're about to make a very big mistake. Ryan flinches. Something about her tone, but pride kicks in. He laughs. Ryan, relax. Just having fun. Welcome to Rayfield, Jackie Chan. He flicks her braid. That's when her grip tightens on the tray, knuckles white. But she doesn't act. She walks past. Ryan looks victorious. Int. Hallway. After lunch, the bell rings. Students scatter to their lockers. Zoya walks calmly through the corridor. Behind her, fast footsteps. Suddenly, whoosh! A hand yanks at her skirt from behind. Laughter. Another hand tries to lift the hem. Let's see what martial artists wear under those skirts. Time slows. Zoya's body spins like a live wire. One hand grabs the wrist. Other palm strikes the attacker's chest. He stumbles back, choking. The hallway goes silent. Zoya faces Taha and Ryan, stunned mid-laugh. Zoya, calmly. You wanted to see something? Crack. Her knee connects with Taha's jaw. He collapses instantly, unconscious. Ryan lunges. Big mistake. Zoya ducks. Her leg sweeps. Ryan hits the floor. Hard. Gasps. Phones out. Someone is recording. She walks away as screams echo in the hallway. Behind her, 2 boys on the ground, writhing. One moaning, one unconscious. Int, principal's office. Later, Zoya sits across from Principal Irfan, mid-50s. Stern, traditional, furious. Principal Irfan. Self-defense doesn't mean a concussion. You're suspended. 3 days. Zoya says nothing. Her mother enters the room. Mariam Siddiqui, late 40s, in a wheelchair. Calm eyes, sharp voice. Mariam, was she touched? Principal Irfan. Ma'am, Mariam, answer me. Was my daughter touched without consent? The principal shifts. Principal Irfan. There's a process. Mariam. Then follow it. And when you do, check the school's harassment policy. Pause. We'll see you in 3 days. They leave. Outside, Mariam rolls beside Zoya, quietly. Mariam, softly. You broke his jaw? Zoya, flatly. Only the weak side. Mariam, sloppy. Zoya almost smiles. In tea, Zoya's bedroom. Night. The room is sparse, neat, no posters, no mirrors. Zoya kneels in front of a small wooden shrine, a black and white photo of a man, younger version of her father, wearing a karate gi. She bows to it, silently. Behind her, scars are visible on her back through her loose shirt. Not from fights. Older than that. In tea, school group chat. Night phone buzzing. Multiple students are sharing the video. New girl beats up seniors. Did you see the kick? She's a psycho. Low-key badass, though. Ryan watches the clip in silence, his pride burning. Int. Classroom. Next day, without Zoya. Miss Safina addresses the class. Miss Safina, Zoya won't be joining us for a few days. I expect you all to reflect on what happened. Violence is never... Ali interrupts, quiet. She didn't start it. The class looks at him. He shrugs. Ali, she warned them. Int, Zoya's home, training room, night, pounding, breathing, sweat. Zoya in her gi, barefoot, training with speed and rage. Kicks fly, punches land on a heavy bag, fast, brutal, precise. Mariam watches from the doorway. She doesn't interrupt. When Zoya finally stops, breathing hard, she turns. Zoya, softly. I told myself I'd never do that again. Mariam, then don't let them turn you into what they fear. Pause. Let them see who you really are. Int, school, front gates. 3 days later, Zoya returns. As she walks in, the crowd parts. Eyes follow her, some fearful, some in awe. She walks past Ryan. He tries to smirk, but his jaw is wired shut. Zoya doesn't even look at him. Int. Zoya's apartment. Night Zoya sits cross-legged on her floor, the room lit only by the streetlight seeping through her blinds. Her homework lies untouched. Instead, she's holding something small in her hand. A child's karate belt, white, stained with dirt and blood. She stares at it, not crying. She doesn't cry anymore. Flashback. Ext. Small karate studio. Years ago. Evening. Young Zoya, maybe 9, is barefoot on a dusty wooden floor. Her father, Asif Siddiqui, tall, calm, kind-eyed, ties her belt. Asif. The belt is just cloth. Power is in your mind. Never forget that. Young Zoya nods. Her movements are clumsy, but there's fire in her eyes. From a distance, Mariam watches, younger, walking, strong, proud. A family held together by quiet love. Flashback ends in tea. Rayfield High, girls' locker room, day giggling. A group of girls scroll through their phones. Female student. One, did you see the slow-mo one? She literally broke his jaw like a ninja. Female student 2. She's so scary, though. I heard she used to be in juvie. Female student 3. She doesn't talk, just stares, creepy as hell. Zoya walks past them. The laughter stops, instantly. She opens her locker, silent. Behind her, whispers, fake coughs, nervous giggles. She doesn't flinch, but her fingers curl into fists inside her sleeves. Int, classroom. Later Zoya enters. Students part. Some eyes are curious, others judgmental. She takes her usual seat in the back. Hyder, thin, wiry, unremarkable, gives her a small nod from the second row. She doesn't respond, but she notices. Miss Safina walks in. Miss Safina. Before we start today, a quick reminder. Rumors are dangerous. Don't be cruel just because you're bored. Some chuckles. Ryan sits quietly. His jaw is still bandaged. He can't talk. Zoya glances at him. No hate, just calculation. In tea. Zoya's home. Night Zoya makes tea in silence. She hands a cup to her mother. Mariam takes a sip. Her wheelchair creaks as she turns to face her daughter. Mariam, they're calling again. Schools, news, sponsors. Some want you expelled. Sighs. One girl, two punches. Now you're a monster. Zoya doesn't speak. Mariam, I trained you to defend yourself, not to silence your rage with violence. Zoya, I didn't hit first. Mariam, that doesn't mean you hit last. A beat. Zoya, cold. They touched me. That's enough. Mariam closes her eyes. Pain flickers across her face. Then, Mariam, quiet. Do you want to talk about him? Zoya stiffens. Zoya number, flashback, EXT. Family outing, years ago, dusk. Zoya's family is at a local carnival. Asif holds cotton candy, laughing. Mariam takes a photo. Zoya spins in her GE, pretending to karate chop everything. Later, gunshots, screams. Asif steps in front of them. He doesn't make it. Zoya watches her father's blood spread under her feet. Int. Zoya's room. Later, Zoya is curled up on her bed, eyes open, haunted. Knock. She opens the door. Hyder stands there, nervously holding a spiral notebook. Hyder. Hey. Sorry. This is weird. Zoya raises an eyebrow. Hyder, Miss Safina asked if I could drop off your history notes. Zoya takes them. Zoya, thanks. He hesitates. Hyder, can I say something? Zoya looks at him. Neutral, not welcoming, not unkind. Hyder, I know what it's like. People looking at you like you're broken, or dangerous, or both. Zoya's eyes narrow. Hyder. In 8th grade, a guy shoved me in the science lab. I threw a glass beaker at him, hit his eye. He lost part of his vision. Everyone thought I was a freak. Zoya says nothing, but something flickers in her. Hyder, softly. You're not alone, even if it feels like it. He turns to leave. Zoya, why did you come here? Hyder pauses. Hyder, because I think you're more than what they see, and you shouldn't have to fight alone. He walks away. Zoya closes the door. Slowly, her hand trembles slightly. Int. Rayfield High. Computer Lab. Next day, Ryan is with Ali, both scrolling through a burner account on Instagram. Anonymous account. Zoya, the psycho. Doctored images, edited clips from the fight, music, memes, comments. Bet she hits her mom, too. No wonder her dad's dead. Ryan points, his eyes burning with hatred. Ali hesitates. Ali. This is going too far, man. Ryan types anyway. Rage makes him fast. Int. Girl's bathroom. Next day, Zoya sees the account on another girl's phone. She walks away, doesn't flinch, doesn't speak. Instead, she walks into the stall, sits, and breaks down. Silently, violently, painfully. Tears fall onto her sleeves. Her body trembles, but no sound escapes. The sobs are silent, controlled. Int. Home. Dojo. Later that night, Zoya trains like she's possessed. Her mother watches, worried. Mariam, what are you doing? Zoya, getting better. Mariam, at what? Zoya, control. She doesn't say, so I don't kill someone next time. Int. School hallway. Next day, as Zoya passes, a boy loudly coughs. Trauma! Laughter. Phones up. Zoya keeps walking. Hyder watches it all, helpless, furious. Later, he walks up to her in the library. Hyder, they're targeting you now. That page, Zoya. I've seen it. Hyder, we can shut it down. Report it. Tell Miss Safina. Zoya, I don't care. Hyder, angry. You do care, you just won't admit it. She glares at him. Zoya, I don't cry. I don't beg. I don't break. Hyder, you don't have to, but you are allowed to heal. Silence. Zoya, softly. That's not how I was trained. Flashback. Int. Miriam's old dojang. Night. Tiny Zoya, 10, stands barefoot in the dojo, face bruised. Her mother stands over her, voice calm but steel. Miriam. You'll learn control. Pain is part of it. Power is not rage. It's purpose. Zoya bows, teeth clenched. She doesn't cry. Int. Classroom. Present. Zoya opens her notebook. On the first page, written in black ink, pain is not a weakness. It's a teacher. She breathes. Calm, cold. Ready. XT. Schoolyard. Final scene of part 2. Zoya walks past the basketball court. Ali stands there. He sees her, hesitates, then calls out, Ali, hey! They're planning something. She stops. Zoya, who? Ali Ryan. He's not done. He's just waiting. Zoya, let him. Ali. He's dangerous. He's not like before. He wants to ruin you. Zoya meets his eyes. Zoya, softly. Then I'll be ready this time. She walks off. The wind picks up. Her braid swings. Her back straightens. Int. School hallway. Morning. The day starts deceptively normal. Lockers clang, shoes squeak, phones buzz. Zoya walks down the hallway. Alone as always, but something's different. Her face is unreadable, like a storm before lightning. Ryan leans on a locker nearby, his jaw unbandaged now, but a faint bruise still lingers. Ali stands with him. Their voices are hushed. Ryan, low. She thinks it's over. This time, we don't touch her. We destroy her from the inside. Ali doesn't respond. He doesn't nod. But he doesn't walk away either. Int. Library. Study area. Lunch break. Zoya flips pages of a textbook, but her eyes aren't reading. Across the table, Hyder watches her carefully. Hyder. They're up to something. Again. Zoya, let them be. Hyder. Firm. You think they'll stop at embarrassment? ZOYA number. I think they'll go too far. Hyder? And? Zoya finally looks at him. Zoya. That's when I'll make sure they can't go any further. Her voice doesn't shake. Not a trace of doubt. Int. Basketball court. After school. Ali sits on the edge of the court, watching others play. He's distracted, lost in thought. A shadow falls across him. Zoya stands there, calm, still. Zoya, why didn't you stop him? Ali looks up, hesitates. Ali, I don't know. Pause. You scare me. Zoya tilts her head. Zoya. Good. She turns to walk away. Ali, but Ryan scares me more. Zoya stops mid-step. Ali. Soft. He's not just messing around anymore. There's something darker. He doesn't want to embarrass you. He wants to break you. She turns her head, just slightly. Zoya. Then tell him to bring his best. In T. Ryan's bedroom. Night. Ryan paces, shirtless, his phone in hand. On screen, a map of the school network, fake accounts, a folder titled Zoya Bait. He opens a subfolder. It's photoshopped images of Zoya in compromising positions, made to look real. Behind him, his older brother, Junaid, 22, a dropout with too much tech knowledge and too little conscience. Junaid. I can fake her voice too, if you want. Add audio. Ryan, do it. By Monday. Junaid. Why are you so obsessed with this girl? Ryan pauses. His jaw tightens. Ryan, darkly. She humiliated me. Made me bleed in front of the whole school. Junaid smirks. Junaid. So you want to kill her soul instead. Got it. Int. School computer lab. Next day. The fake video goes live. A private account. A short clip. It spreads like fire. Zoya's name, her face, her voice, only it isn't her voice. The content? Explicit. Fake. But convincing. By noon, everyone's seen it. People point. Whisper. Laugh. Some look sympathetic. Most don't. Int. Classroom. Lunchtime, Zoya walks in. Late. Silence falls like glass shattering. She walks to her seat. Sits, opens her book. Hyder looks like he's about to cry. Miss Safina walks in. Miss Safina Zoya. A word. Now Int. Principal's office. Zoya sits across from Principal Irfan again. Principal Irfan. We received content. Inappropriate. It appears to feature you. Zoya. It's fake, Principal Irfan. There's no proof of that. Zoya's jaw tightens. Her fists curl in her lap. Zoya. Cold. So you'll punish me for something I didn't do? Principal Irfan. We're placing you under review. Until then, you're suspended again. Zoya rises slowly. Zoya. You know what happens when you corner someone who knows how to fight? Principal Irfan frowns. Zoya. Quiet. They stop holding back. She walks out. Int. Dojo. That night, Zoya trains like she's possessed. Punch after punch. Her hands bleed. Mariam enters. Mariam, I saw the video. Zoya says nothing. Mariam, is it real? Zoya finally turns. Her face is stone. Zoya, you think I'd let someone take that from me? Mariam looks away, ashamed she even asked. Int. School library. The next day, Hyder finds Zoya waiting. She shows him a USB. Zoya, that video was rendered using AI. I checked the data. Deepfake markers all over it. Hyder, surprised. You found this yourself? Zoya, I've known how to protect myself since I was a kid. Now I'm going on the attack. NT, Ryan's locker. Same day. He opens it. A photo falls out. It's a printout of the edited video, but someone has drawn a red X across his face. At the bottom, I don't start fights. I finish them. Ryan freezes. Int, computer lab. Night Zoya sits alone, working. She's tracking IP addresses, metadata, timestamps. Piece by piece, she's tearing Ryan's lies apart. NT, School Assembly Hall. Next morning, everyone is gathered. Principal Irfan steps onto the stage. Principal Irfan, we have disturbing news. Students shift in their seats. Principal Irfan, an anonymous report revealed that the recent video featuring student Zoya Siddiqui was fabricated. A collective gasp. Zoya stands in the back, arms crossed. Ali looks over at Ryan, who is pale. Principal Irfan. Effective immediately, the involved parties are under investigation. The school has zero tolerance for digital harassment. Hyder catches Zoya's eye from across the crowd. She nods once, small, sharp, like a knife being sheathed. NT. Ryan's bedroom. Night. Ryan rages, smashing things, screaming. His brother Junaid stares at him, alarmed. Junaid, you're losing. She's smarter than we thought. Ryan, growling, number. She's dead. She just doesn't know it yet. Int. Zoya's bedroom. Final scene. She opens her closet. Behind her clothes, a box. Inside it, old letters, pictures, newspaper clippings. One article reads, Family attacked in broad daylight. Father killed. Daughter hospitalized. Another headline, Suspect still at large. Zoya touches a photo of her father. Her voice, whispering, Zoya. I wasn't strong enough to stop them then. She looks in the mirror. Zoya, coldly. I am now. She puts on her school uniform. Not for school. For war. XT. Rayfield High. Early morning Zoya stands outside the school gates before anyone else arrives. Her stance is still, calm. Her eyes, focused. This is not the same girl who walked in on her first day. Today she's wearing her old black hoodie, sleeves rolled. On her wrist, her father's karate bracelet, worn from time but solid. Behind her, footsteps. It's Hyder, holding 2 coffees. Hyder, you're here early. Zoya, I don't sleep much anymore. Hyder, I brought one for you. She takes it, nods. He waits, unsure if he should speak. Hyder, softly. What now? Zoya turns toward the building. Her voice is even. Zoya. Now, we let them make the next move. And we end it. An int. Ryan's house. Living room. Night before Ryan sits in front of a laptop, his eyes bloodshot. On screen, his school profile, the fake video folder, burner accounts, and now, an email sent to the Rayfield School Board. Subject, confidential, harassment evidence from inside Rayfield High. Ryan D. Attached. All his dirty secrets. Ryan's hands tremble. Ryan, to himself. No, 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 no. His phone buzzes. New message. Next time, I won't warn you. Zed. Int. School hallway. Day Zoya walks through the halls like a shadow passing through fire. Where once there were whispers, now there's silence. Some students look away. Some offer quiet nods. A few even seem respectful. Not out of kindness. Out of fear. Ryan spots her from down the hallway. Their eyes meet. Zoya doesn't blink. He looks away first. Battle status. Reversed. NT. Classroom. History period. Miss Safina returns graded essays. Miss Safina Zoya. Excellent work. You've grown sharper. She pauses, looking at Zoya. And stronger. A few students snicker. Zoya takes her paper wordlessly. Sits Hyder slips her a note under the desk. She opens it. It says, "Ali is slipping. I think he's scared of Ryan now. He might flip." Zoya folds the note slowly. Her eyes go cold. Int. Rooftop. Lunch break. Zoya stands at the edge, looking out over the sports field. Ali appears behind her, nervous. Ali. "Why did you ask me here?" Zoya, calm. "To give you one last chance, Ali. I didn't do anything." Zoya, exactly. She turns to face him. Zoya, you watched it happen, helped him make the account, stayed silent when I was being torn apart. That's not innocence. Ali swallows hard. Ali, he's dangerous. If I cross him, Zoya, so am I. Ali, quiet. What do you want from me? Zoya, a confession. Ali's face goes pale. Zoya, cold, or your silence becomes guilt. Int. Girls' locker room. Same day Zoya overhears two girls talking. Female student 1. I heard she hacked the school network. Female student 2. No, her mom was in the military or something. Zoya opens her locker. A slip of paper falls out. She picks it up. It's from Hyder. Found something. Ryan's brother? Junaid. Hacker. Suspended from college for tech abuse. Zoya folds the paper. Everything's becoming clear. Int. Hyder's house. Evening. Zoya sits at Hyder's desk, both of them scanning digital traces. Hyder here, the account that posted the deepfake, registered with a VPN. But look, he pulls up a time log. Hyder, it's been deactivated, from inside the school, on the staff Wi-Fi. Zoya leans closer. Zoya, he used a teacher's password? Hyder, or his brother did. Zoya exhales slowly. Zoya, this ends with both of them. Int. School basement. Evening, a hidden camera, a dusty room. Zoya and Hyder are setting something up. Zoya tapes a small microphone to the underside of a desk. Hyder, we're baiting him. Zoya, yes. She meets his eyes. I'm giving him the chance to incriminate himself. Hyder, and if he doesn't? Zoya, then I push him into a corner. Int. Classroom. The next day, Zoya walks in and sits behind Ryan. She leans forward slightly, just loud enough for only him to hear. Zoya, whispers. They know Ryan. Ryan stiffens. Zoya, they're watching, recording, all of it, all your files, all your accounts, even your brother. She leans back. Ryan doesn't turn, but his fingers start to shake. Int. Teacher's office. Night, Junaid breaks into the school database remotely. His laptop lights up. He's deleting logs, fake grades, everything. Suddenly, the screen flickers. A message appears. Digital footprints don't lie. Say goodbye to your freedom. His screen crashes. Int. School hallway. Next morning, police walk through the school. Ryan stands frozen. Zoya watches from a distance. The officer hands a document to Principal Irfan. Officer, we have a warrant for Ryan D. and Junaid D. cyber harassment, forgery, distribution of explicit content. A gasp spreads. Ryan's world collapses. As the cuffs click into place, his eyes scan the crowd and land on Zoya. She's still, calm, but in her eyes, fire, cold, beautiful, and unstoppable. Int, school rooftop. Sunset Hyder and Zoya sit side by side. Hyder, you won. He's gone. Zoya, quiet. There's no winning in war, only survival. Hyder, you did more than survive. Zoya sips her tea. Zoya, not yet. Hyder looks confused. Zoya reaches into her bag and pulls out a file. It's old, torn. Inside, her father's case file. Zoya, coldly. The man who killed my father, he's still alive. EXT, Karachi, 10 years ago. Flashback. Rain lashes the windshield. A young Zoya, age 7, sits in the back seat of an old Suzuki Miran. Her father, Major Rafiq Siddiqui, in civilian clothes, speaks softly to her. Rafiq, gentle. You know what the belt means, Zoya? She looks at the black karate belt wrapped around his hand. Zoya, child voice. It means you're the best? He smiles. Rafiq, it means you've been broken and built back again. Suddenly, a white Corolla swerves into view. 3 masked men jump out, guns drawn. Bang! Zoya screams as the glass explodes. Her father leaps in front of her. Bang! Bang! He takes 2 bullets. Blood splashes her face. Zoya's eyes go blank. The killers grab a bag from the car, a military dossier. Then they vanish into the rain. Int, Zoya's room, night, present day. Zoya wakes up, gasping. She sits up, sweating, trembling. She takes the file Hyder helped her retrieve. Her father's last mission report. There's a name circled, Captain R. Baig, Intelligence Liaison, suspended. Location, unknown. A scribbled note. Told Rafiq to drop it. He didn't. Zoya's eyes burn with quiet fire. Int dojo. Later that night, Mariam is closing up when Zoya walks in. Mariam, you shouldn't be here. You haven't slept. Zoya, I need the files. From your old contacts. Anything on Captain R. Baig. Mariam stiffens. Mariam, Zoya. He's not someone you want to find. Zoya, quietly. He's the reason I watched my father bleed out. I'm not asking. Mariam looks at her and sees a woman who's past pain. She's in vengeance now. She goes to the back room. Inti, school library. Next day, Hyder catches up to her. Hyder, where were you? Zoya, looking for answers. The police stopped asking years ago. She hands him a photograph. Captain R. Baig. Military uniform, clean cut, cold eyes. Hyder, what are you going to do? Zoya, I'm going to find him. Then I'm going to ask him what my father died for, and if I don't like his answer, I'll bury him with the truth. E.T. Zoya's house, her mother's room. Night, Zoya confronts her mother for the first time in years. Zoya, you knew. You always knew who did it. Her mother turns away, silent. Zoya, why didn't you fight? Mother, quietly. Because I had to raise a daughter who would. Zoya goes still. Her mother walks away, leaving a manila envelope behind. Inside, a list of ex-military men. Disgraced, retired, dead. One line is circled, Baig, last seen with local crime syndicate, Gulshan Iqbal, Sector EXT. Alleyway. Night, Zoya meets a contact Mariam arranged. Farouk, a former intelligence runner. He lights a cigarette with trembling fingers. Farouk, you're Rafiq's girl. I knew it the second I saw you. Zoya, tell me where Baig is. Farouk Baig? He left the army but not the war. Works for some syndicate now. Protection, smuggling, shuts mouths, permanently. Zoya and my father? Farouk, shaky. Your father found out Baig was leaking info, selling names to criminals. Was about to report it. That's when the order came down. Zoya, frozen. From who? Farouk. That's what scares me, girl. It wasn't Baig. He was just the knife. Zoya's fists tighten. Zoya, I'm going to break the hand that held it. Int. Cyber Cafe. Next day, Hyder pulls digital threads from government sites. He finds Beg's last traceable account activity, a message board login tied to a burner phone. Zoya watches. Hyder. He's alive. Off-grid, but careless, still using military chat rooms. Zoya taps the keyboard. Zoya. Then we make him come to us. EXT. Roadside tea stall. Gulshan Iqbal. Evening, a black SUV pulls up. Baig steps out. He's older now, scar above his left eye. Dressed in plain clothes but carries himself like a weapon. He sits, orders tea. Across the road, in a parked rickshaw, Zoya watches. Hyder beside her. Hyder, whispering. That's him? Zoya. That's the ghost who made me an orphan. She opens her bag. Inside, a small recorder, a camera, and karate gloves. Hyder. This isn't a dojo. If he sees you, Zoya, then let him see what I've become. Int. Tea stall. Moments later, Zoya walks up, sits at Beg's table. He freezes. Baig who? Zoya Rafiq Siddiqui, Karachi, 10 years ago. Baig blinks, then slowly smiles. Baig, you've got his eyes. Zoya, you don't deserve to speak his name. Baig sips his tea. Baig, if you came for a confession, you're in the wrong place. Men like your father? Noble. Men like me? Survivors. Zoya, then survive this. She presses a button. The hidden recorder on her bag glows red. Baig's face changes instantly. Baig growling. You think you're smart? Zoya, quiet. I think you're exposed. He lunges across the table to grab her. Zoya stands and moves with perfect form. She dodges, twists his wrist, and slams him face first into the table. Crack. Baig screams. Zoya, cold. This is for my father. Civilians pull out phones. Cameras flash. Zoya looks directly into the lens of one. Zoya, to camera. This man killed Major Rafiq Siddiqui, and I have proof. Int. Newsroom. Night footage of the confrontation hits social media and the evening news. Young woman takes down retired officer in public. Claims he murdered her father, a decorated war hero. The internet erupts. INT. Interrogation room. Police HQ Baig, bruised, is shoved into a chair. Across from him? Zoya, calm, composed. Beside her, her lawyer, and Hyder. Zoya plays the tape. Baig admitting betrayal, leaking, naming other officers. The room goes silent. Police inspector. This is enough for charges. We'll go higher. Zoya, softly. Go all the way. ETC. School. Final scene. Zoya walks down the corridor. The students part like water. No more whispers. No more fear. She stops by the notice board. Someone has pinned an article, Girl Who Brought Down a Killer. Under it, someone scrawled, Zoya the Warrior. She reads it, then, slowly, removes the pin and takes it down. Because she's not finished yet. Int. News Studio. Prime time. Night footage rolls of Zoya flipping Captain Baig over the tea stall table. Her voice echoes across the screen. This man killed Major Rafiq Siddiqui. And I have proof. The anchorwoman speaks with gravity. Anchorwoman tonight, nationwide attention turns to Zoya Siddiqui, the teenage girl whose bold confrontation exposed a decade-old military cover-up. But who's protecting the men behind Baig? A photograph flashes, Rafiq Siddiqui, proud in uniform. Anchor woman, Contadee. And who silenced his voice? Inti, Zoya's home, living room. Night Zoya's house is no longer quiet. Phones ringing, journalists outside the gate, TV reporters trying to peek over the wall. Zoya watches silently from the window. Her mother beside her, worried. Mother, you pulled a thread. Now the whole web's moving. Zoya, good. Let them crawl into the light. In tea. Classroom. Day. The teacher pauses class. Teacher. Before we begin today, I want to acknowledge Zoya Siddiqui. Her courage speaks louder than any lesson I can teach. The room claps softly. Zoya shifts in her seat. uncomfortable with the spotlight. But one student doesn't clap. Bilal, a quiet boy in the back. He stares at Zoya, not with admiration, with fear. Inti. Secret meeting room, military cantonment. Night. Two men sit in shadow. One is Colonel Hashmi, high-ranking, composed. Beside him, a man with a burn scar over half his face. Scarred man, the girl's drawing attention. Too much. Colonel Hashmi. We underestimated her, but it's not too late. He lays a file on the table. Zoya Siddiqui, threat dossier. Colonel Hashmi, Contidi. It's time we end this. Quietly. Int, school computer lab, afternoon. Hyder clicks through police reports. He pulls up a military tribunal file. Case, Rafiq Siddiqui versus unnamed intelligence operative. Status, sealed. Hyder, they buried everything. Zoya steps in behind him. Zoya, then we dig. Harder. She opens her bag. It's full of vague stolen files, handwritten notes, audio recordings. She points to a name that appears repeatedly. Colonel. Nadir Hashmi, Islamabad Division. Cleared 2013. Zoya, cold. He gave the order. Int, military press conference. Day Colonel Hashmi appears on TV, speaking to reporters. Colonel Hashmi, while the Army condemns any unlawful acts committed by former officers, we strongly deny institutional involvement. This young girl's grief is tragic, but her claims are unverified. Zoya watches the screen. Zoya, to herself. He just declared war. Int, dojo, night. Mariam trains Zoya alone. The lights are dim, the air tense. Mariam, you're facing more than men now. You're facing machines, systems, propaganda. Zoya throws a punch, then another, harder, sharper. Zoya, then I'll fight like a machine until it breaks. Mariam stops her. Mariam, sternly. You win wars with brains, not just fists. Zoya nods slowly. Zoya, then teach me both. Inti. Abandoned archive room. Late night, Hyder and Zoya sneak into a forgotten building, a military intelligence annex, closed for years. They break in through a rear window. Dust chokes the air. Zoya finds a box labeled K. Rafiq Incident, Confidential Evidence. Inside, audio tapes, letters, surveillance reports. She plays one, Rafiqu's voice, tape. If anything happens to me, it was an inside job, and it traces back to Nadir Hashmi. Hyder's eyes widen. Zoya just closes hers. Zoya, quietly. I'm bringing him down. Internet cafe. Next day, Zoya goes public. She uploads the audio tape to multiple platforms. Title, My father was killed by the army. Here's the proof. It spreads like wildfire. Over 1 million views in 3 hours. Colonel Hashmi's office. Military HQ. He slams his laptop shut. Colonel Hashmi, get her off the grid. Now EXT City Street. Night Zoya and Hyder are walking home. Laughter? Relief? Suddenly, a black SUV speeds around the corner. Hyder pushes Zoya aside, hard. The SUV swerves and barely misses them. Then it speeds off. Zoya hits the pavement, dazed. Hyder rushes over. She looks up, her lip bloodied, and smiles. Zoya, fierce whisper. Now I know they're scared. Int. Zoya's room. Later that night, she sets out all the evidence on her floor. Military files, court transcripts, witness names, Beji's confession, audio of her father, video of Hashmi's denials. She begins building a timeline of corruption and uploading it into a public drive. Over her shoulder, a message appears on her screen. Unknown sender. They're watching you, she types back. Then let them see everything. Int television newsroom. Day Zoya agrees to go live. She sits opposite the anchor. Anchor Zoya. Are you not afraid? Zoya, steady. I was 7 when I watched my father die. Fear left me that day. Now, I just have purpose. The camera zooms in. Zoya, conted. And I'm not alone anymore. Everyone who ever buried the truth, your time is up. XT Military Headquarters. Night Colonel Hashmi gets into a bulletproof vehicle. But a note is taped to the steering wheel. We see you now. He rips it off, face red with fury. In T. School hallway. Final moment, Bilal, the quiet student from earlier, approaches Zoya. His voice trembles. Bilal, my brother, was killed by them too. Same year as your father. No one believed us. Zoya puts a hand on his shoulder. Zoya, I do. The camera lingers on her face. She's no longer just a girl. She's a movement. EXT, Islamabad, News Headquarters. Night, dozens of cameras flash. Reporters push forward. Zoya walks into the lobby of Channel 7 News, poised, sharp, dressed in black. She's carrying a flash drive. Inside, everything she has on Colonel Hashmi and the military cover-up. Security stops her. Security, guard name, Zoya Siddiqui. You know who I am? The guard hesitates, then waves her through. In T, Channel 7, interview room. Moments later, Zoya sits across from a senior journalist, Sajid Farouk, known for exposing corruption. He inserts her drive. Sajid, slowly, stunned. This could bring the whole damn house down. Zoya. Then don't just report it. Burn it to the ground. Int, safe house. Night Zoya, Haider, and Mariam lie low in an old apartment. Outside, military jeeps roam the area. Mariam watches from the window. Mariam, they're coming faster now, like bloodhounds. Haider one wrong step, and they disappear her. Zoya speaks up from the floor where she's laying out evidence photos. Zoya, then I don't take wrong steps. In T, Cole. Hashmi's war room, military HQ. Hashmi watches news feeds, sweating under pressure. Aid, sir. Channel 7 is airing her files tomorrow night. Hashmi glares at the screen. Colonel Hashmi. That girl thinks this is a courtroom, but war isn't about truth. It's about who survives the lie longer. He picks up a red phone. Colonel Hashmi, into phone, make her vanish. Tonight, int, safe house. Late night, a boom. The door explodes inward. Zoya, Haider, and Mariam barely dodge the flashbangs. Black-clad men storm in, not regular police. These are military extraction agents. Zoya grabs a chair leg and takes one down. Haider grabs the laptop. Mariam flips the table, creating a shield. Mariam, out the window. Go! Zoya climbs out onto the fire escape, bleeding from her arm. Below, a waiting bike. They jump. The agents burst out seconds later. But Zoya's already gone. Int, underground studio. Next morning, Zoya goes live with Channel 7 from a secret location. She sits across from Sajid again. Sajid, on air. Zoya, you have the country's attention. But what do you want? Zoya looks into the camera. Zoya, I want accountability. I want the men who murdered my father, in the name of silence, to stand trial. And I want every girl watching this to know you are never too small to punch a giant in the throat. Int, Military HQ. Night Hashmi watches, red-faced. His aide enters. Aide, sir. People are protesting. Karachi, Lahore, Pindi. Even army families are speaking out. Hashmi leans back, smiles thinly. Colonel Hashmi. Then, let's give them a martyr. EXT, public rally, night thousands gather, candles in hand. Posters of Major Rafik, Zoya, and Justice for Our Heroes everywhere. Zoya takes the stage. Her voice is calm, heavy. Zoya. My father didn't die in a war. He died trying to stop one. They thought if they took him out, no one would remember. But they were wrong. Because I remember. And now, so do all of you. Crowd chants, "Justice! Justice! Justice!" Suddenly, a gunshot, screams. People scatter. Zoya drops behind the mic stand. Haider grabs her. A second shot. And Mariam drops. Zoya screams. Zoya, crying out, "Mariam! Blood pools around her mentor's chest. Her breathing is shallow. Zoya holds her, shaking. Miriam, whisper. You keep going. You finish this. You finish it. Her hand goes still. Int, dark room. After the rally, Zoya stares at her own bloodied hands. Miriam's scarf clenched in her fist. Hyder paces. Hyder, they just made you a hero. They wanted to shut you up. They gave you a revolution. Zoya stands slowly. Zoya, low voice. No more speeches, no more rallies. We go to them. She picks up Miriam's black belt, wraps it around her hand. Zoya, Conti. This ends where it started. Int, military court. Next day, Zoya's evidence, files, photos, audio, and statements, is presented to the Supreme Military Tribunal by civil rights lawyers under national pressure. News anchors report, under immense public pressure, the government has agreed to hear the evidence brought forward by Zoya Siddiqui in a military tribunal, the first of its kind for an active colonel. The crowd outside the court grows by the minute. Int Kol, Hashmi's home. Knight Hashmi pours himself a drink. There's a knock. He opens the door. Zoya stands there, not trembling, not afraid, just ready. Zoya, quiet. The court will hear me, but you'll hear me now. He smirks. Colonel Hashmi, you really think this ends with a trial? Zoya, no. She steps closer, hand on her phone. It's recording. Zoya, Contied. It ends with a confession. And then the door bursts open. Journalists, police, civil observers, all ready, all watching. Zoya's trap is perfect. Hashmi's expression, a mix of rage and realization. He's caught. Int. School hallway, final scene. Zoya walks down the hall again, the same hall where they once mocked her. But now, the walls are filled with posters. Zoya, daughter of justice. Zoya for change. Mariam lives on. Bilal nods at her as she passes. She reaches the board, pins one last letter. It reads, "This fight isn't over. It's just begun." Zoya Siddiqui. Int. Military courtroom. Day 1. The room is packed. Press diplomats, human rights lawyers, even international observers. At the front, Colonel Hashmi, stoic in uniform, and across from him, Zoya, calm, composed, dressed in black with Mariam's scarf on her wrist and her father's army badge pinned to her chest. Judge, the tribunal recognizes Zoya Siddiqui, representing the Siddiqui family, in the matter of unlawful execution, evidence suppression, and military corruption. Zoya rises. Zoya, for my father. For every name they tried to erase. Flashback montage. Various locations. Major Rafiq's bloodied face as he's framed by colleagues. Captain Baig signing false reports. Zoya at age 7, watching them lower her father's coffin. Zoya, V.O. They called it a dishonorable discharge, but the dishonor wasn't his. Senti, courtroom. Day 2, Zoya plays Baig's recorded confession for the court. The tape echoes. We were ordered to silence him. By Colonel Hashmi himself. He knew. He approved. Hashmi's lawyer protests. Defense. This is hearsay from a disgraced ex-captain. Zoya steps forward with Baig's signed statement, recorded days before his disappearance. Zoya, then why is he missing? Gasps fill the courtroom. Int, courtroom. Day 3. Zoya calls her final witness, Naveed Iqbal, an intelligence tech, trembling on the stand. Naveed, I helped erase the files on Major Siddiqui. Orders from above. They said he was a threat to national unity. Zoya, did you know what that threat was? Naveed, nods. He discovered they were trafficking weapons to rebels. He had proof. And then, he was gone. Zoya, coldly. And you helped bury the truth. Naveed, I'm sorry. Zoya, don't say sorry to me. Say it to every girl who had to grow up without her father. Int, Zoya's home. Night, before the final verdict. Zoya sits beside her mother, silent. Mother, I wish your father could see this. Zoya leans her head on her mother's shoulder. Zoya, he does. He always did. She fingers his medal, clenched in her palm. Int. Courtroom. Final day. Morning, the courtroom is electric. The judge enters. Judge, this tribunal finds sufficient evidence of conspiracy, falsification, and unlawful action involving Colonel Nadir Hashmi in the death of Major Rafiq Siddiqui. Gasps. Reporters scribble. Judge, Quantity. Colonel Hashmi is hereby dishonorably discharged, stripped of rank and pension, and remanded for civilian criminal prosecution. Applause erupts. Hashmi is handcuffed, silent, defeated. He turns to Zoya one last time. Colonel Hashmi, to her. You think you've won? Zoya walks up to him, face to face. Zoya number. I just ended the war you started. EXT. Courthouse. Minutes later, Zoya exits the courthouse into a storm of cameras and cheers. People chant, "Justice for Rafiq!" Zoya! 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 Tears fill her eyes as she spots schoolgirls in uniforms holding signs. You made us brave. You made us loud. One of them runs to her, hands her a karate black belt, her own. Girl, quietly, I joined because of you. Zoya ties it around her waist, over her dress. No words, just purpose. INT. School gym. Weeks later, Zoya teaches her first official self-defense class. She moves like Mariam now, poised, fierce, disciplined. She holds up a pad. The students punch. Again. Harder. Zoya. They don't get to define you. Not with words, not with threats, not ever again. A new generation is rising, and she's leading them. INT. Classroom. Graduation. Day, Zoya walks to the front to receive an award, the National Honor for Civic Courage. The principal speaks. Principal. This girl turned her grief into a weapon of truth. She exposed monsters in medals. She made a nation listen. Standing ovation. Zoya walks forward, slow, humble, and accepts it. She whispers into the mic. Zoya, this isn't mine. This belongs to a man who told the truth and was killed for it. Major Rafiq Siddiqui, EXT, Military Cemetery. Final scene. Zoya visits her father's grave. She places the medal at the foot of his tombstone. Then she kneels, closes her eyes. Zoya, softly. I did it, Abu. They know now. You didn't die in shame. You died in honor. She stands, turns, walks away, tall. Behind her, the wind rustles Mariam's scarf on her arm, like a flag. The sky above, clear. A nation healed, a girl transformed. The end of story.